Joining us now exclusively is Washington Post journalist Sally Quinn, who's known Al Gore since they were kids and has been friends with the couple for many years. Sally, good morning to you.
Hi.
So what happened here? This caught everyone off guard. I'm sure it caught you off guard as well.
Totally. And the interesting thing is that usually when something like this happens, you get a sense of glee, people sort of saying, I told you so, or I knew it, or whatever. I have only encountered sadness, and as you can imagine, I've been on the phone with friends ever since I heard it yesterday, and everyone feels as though somehow their own marriages have split up. Watching the Gores is sort of looking at the possibilities of what a good marriage could be, and when it doesn't work for them, you sort of think, oh my God, maybe it's not possible.
Does anyone, since you have talked with so many people, have any idea what could have caused this? Is it just kind of, 40 years and people grow apart? I mean, there was never a sniff of any impropriety or anything along those lines.
I never heard one rumor ever in all the years that I've known Al and Tipper about an extramarital affair. And what I think is that they grew apart. I think what people are saying is absolutely true. I mean, one of the hard things is when you lose, this was their home. You can't live here anymore. And so they were sort of nomads in a way. They went back to Tennessee, but they didn't really live there, and Al traveled a lot. They've sort of migrated to the West Coast where Tipper has an apartment, and Al's got a lot of business, but he was traveling all the time. And I think their interests just diverged. And I also think Tipper has always played the good wife, and she's never been really able to sort of set out on her own and be her own person. And it may be that she's just tired of being the wife and wants to be someone who can accomplish something on her own. She's a fantastic photographer. She also, and both of them, by the way, were great parents. And she spends a lot of time with her children. I think he's on the road constantly. And I just have a feeling that this may be, as sad as it is, it might be a real opportunity for both of them to have, they're only at 60, which is very young, to have a new and different life apart from each other.
Do you think Al Gore now moves west? Does he move into the house in Montecito? Do they live on separate coasts? Any idea?
Well, I think that they probably will both end up staying close to California. I know they have children in California. They have one daughter in New York, but that seems to be a place that, Nashville is a small place, and I think it's, after they've lived in Washington and lived the way they have, it's hard for them to stay there. And the West Coast offers a lot of anonymity where they can travel and see friends and be there without being scrutinized all the time. I think you have to listen to what they said, which is that this is mutually supportive, and think that, as sad as it may be, this might be the best thing for both of them.
All right. Sally, thank you so much for taking the time this morning. We do appreciate it.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.